It's Luis Martin, the art engineer, and it's a little warm in here, so I have the air conditioner. There might be a little hum. We'll just use it as meditation today. How are you? All right. Like I said, it's warm. Thank goodness summer's here. Welcome it. Welcome it. I know it gets gross, but it's all right. How are you? I'm good. So, first things first, remember to follow, subscribe, and please share, spread the word in any which way you can. I highly appreciate it. Summer prompts are coming. Get your passes because you're not going to want to miss out on the adventures that we are heading to this summer. I am not kidding. So, having said that, also, if you're an artist and you want to take your work to the next level, I am offering the Artist Days Summer Edition in July, which is a 4-week event course where we come together and strategize in a very organic, creative way to activate our community, right? This is a community, but you also have your community around you that can support you, buy your work, and activate all the goodness that's around you. It might only be 5 people, it might only be 2 people. You might not even know that you have 20 people behind you really cheering you on. So if you want to do that with your career, if you want to do that with your artwork, come on over and you can go to collagedream.com and be part of that. Yeah, crazy times as always. So I thought, you know, what a good moment to kind of just do a one-on-one. I know it's been a minute, and kind of recenter myself and maybe you in the process. So I thought a really good place to align myself is picking a card from the tarot deck. I love tarot. I am not an avid reader, but it's always been part of my life. And I have a great appreciation for the tarot deck as art, as a meditation tool, as a mystical gateway. And I know that's scary for a lot of people. If you're watching this, it probably isn't. But if this is a little weird to you, think about it as a word association game, right? You pick a card at random, and you can do this with anything. If you have random pictures of people you love, of actors, of artists, and you pick one at random and you look at it and you just meditate for a minute, okay, what does this image mean to me, right? Even though obviously a picture of Frida has its own connotations, a picture of the Empress has its meaning, but it's what you bring to the table. So I thought, let me come to the table, pick a card, and get creative. I'm doing one thing that's a little bit scarier than mysticism. So, yes, I am a hoarder, and yes, not only do I have boxes of ephemera, but I also have bags. I have bags of ephemera. That's when you know it's scary. If I had a cat, that would be the end of it. Then I'd be in real trouble. A cat with bags of ephemera, tarot cards. All right, I'm becoming the person I always wanted to become, honestly. All right, so I am going to have my Rider Waite. There you go, Rider Waite deck, which means the people who published it. It was actually illustrated by a queer woman of color, Pamela Smith, I believe was her name, and she was amazing. Pixie, that was her nickname. So I'm just gonna give it a nice little shuffle, my friends. And again, this might not be your cup of tea, and that's perfectly fine. But this is no different than the Bible. This is no different than sex. This is no difference than taking a walk in a garden, right? Anything that you can use as a tool to center yourself and to find that safe space, it's good for you, right? This is hurting nobody, and it can only bring good. So the cool thing about this is that it tells a story. It's called The Fool's Journey, right? And it doesn't only talk about the light. There's also darkness, there's also shadow in our everyday lives, as we very well know. So I'm just gonna pick one. I'll draw the 7th card. I don't know why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna look at this card and I'm gonna collage. I'm gonna make a collage corresponding to it. Okay, and I'm gonna do, even if it comes reverse, meaning if it's upside down, I'm still gonna do it right side up. You guys, I got the Lovers. Okay, so I was really prepared to get like darkness and the shadows and deal with it, but I'm so happy that I got the lovers, and I'm so happy that we got the lovers. So I'm a Gemini, and this is the Gemini card. And the lovers is exactly what it says, right? It's a moment of peace and love and divine intervention for all the goodness in the world. There's a balance, the feminine, the masculine, regardless of your gender, regardless of your sexuality. It's just a beautiful card of balance and partnership and happiness. So I couldn't have asked for a better card, honestly. So I'm going to put this here and keep that here, keep that here. And now comes the scary part, really. I'm going to trust that I've been keeping the things that inspire me. And I'm gonna make a collage out of random material that I have here. So like I said, if you stay inspired, you don't have to get inspired. So if, God forbid, I have to leave my house in 3 seconds, I'm gonna grab this bag knowing that I have enough material to create something, right? So all right, here we go. Okay. Bam. Okay, so this is my stash. Oh, sorry, it's all shaky. I know. Sorry. See, I'm telling you, it's crazy. So let me sort through things and think a little bit about the love card. This is going to be in my yes pile. So I'm very fortunate to have a very amazing partner that I love, Elvis. So, you know, thinking of the lovers, that comes to mind. Partnerships, I have amazing partnerships with some friends and people in my community. And this higher power is really important to me because one of my favorite words is ordained, right? If you feel a calling to be an artist, but you're afraid and you feel like, oh, who do I think I am? Like, you know, you get that imposter syndrome. But if you feel you are ordained by a higher power to do the work that you're called to do, nothing can stop you, right? Which is why I'm still doing what I do. Like, I don't care if I don't show at a gallery, which would be nice. I don't care if I don't end up at MoMA, which would be nice. But I'm ordained. I am ordained to be an artist, to create with my hands and to share it with you. So anything that is calling your name, if you want to be a postman, if you want to be a musician, lean into it if that's your calling, because you are ordained, right? I know this is where I lose a lot of a lot of other people are like, what is he talking about? But it's the truth. Okay, so I'm digging this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, this is from the Collage kit, you guys. I'm sure you know that we are doing the, ooh, so many flowers, so many flowers. If you're a monthly digital subscriber, you're automatically going to get every month a digital kit. So I'm really excited. Look at this. I have collages everywhere that are in midway. Okay. Aww. Okay. I keep saying okay, I don't know why. I was going to say it again. I love these colors and I love everything about this. So if you do this exercise with your tarot deck, or if there's one that's calling your name, you can Google image it. You can look at the colors, right? So there's a lot of yellow, there's a lot of blue, which I tend to gravitate to already in my work. I love the purple. Actually, take a look at that. I never noticed that. And this is a cool thing. Even though I've had these all of my life, or I've had them in my life for such a long time, I never noticed the gown that this angel is wearing. It almost looks like it's coming out of a flower. It looks like a rose petal around it, right? So I'm just gonna play and look for images real quick. Like, come on, birds. It's all here, right? Just like I was saying, it's all here. Love this as a background. Oof. And birds, you guys, birds. Sheesh. So maybe what I can do, and here's the thing that I talk about a lot, right? If I base myself from what's around me, I would never be able to identify with the Lovers card, right? Because until very recently, I've never seen a movie with two men specifically of color, right? So how am I supposed to know that that's okay? How am I supposed to know that I deserve love if I've never seen it? Because we're Americans, we are, you know, our psychology is based very heavily on Hollywood and what we see on TV, Netflix. So be careful. If you have children, be careful, because we're being programmed, right? So this is really special to me when I collage, because this is where I get to be in the driver's seat, right? This is where I get to dictate what my story looks like on my terms. Look at that. Lotus. I'm telling you, we get deep and we're one-on-one. Oh, look at that. What a beautiful image. So I'm having a hard time, I have a hard time finding people of color, men of color as it is. So, I mean, I look at this and I'm like, I see reflection because it's my skin color, right? So maybe I'll hold on to that. Somehow it can, it might work. All right, zebras. Okay, see what I mean? It just comes together, you guys. I was looking for a brown man to represent my love, and there it is. Oh, I love this. Okay. That was a moment. See, this is what I love about this. I'm completely unscripted and absolutely open to ridiculousness. Absolutely open to ridiculousness. Oh, look at this. This is a collage that I never finished. Sometimes I keep all the scraps and just make something really fast. And it's nice. It keeps me nimble. That's beautiful. All right, all right. Oh, look at this. I made this and I never did anything with it. Maybe I can incorporate it today. Oh. Meta, right? It's like, look at that, another collage I made that I never posted or finished. Ooh, this is kind of nice. Okay, so what do you use? Leave a comment in the comment section. Is that how you say it? What do you use to center yourself? How do you center yourself? I want to know. Okay, so I was really drawn to this. Check this out. Isn't this the nicest thing you've ever seen? It's very 70s, right? And I also thought this was really nice. This is actually from India, back in the day. So let's play. And as I was saying, when you look at these cards, you bring in your own stories, right? And just like I was saying about not finding an example of love that I can relate to, it also opens stories about my childhood. I wasn't raised, well, not obviously, but I just wasn't raised by true men, right? Nor was I raised by two people who loved each other. My parents split up when I was very young. So all of this is an invitation to meditate and address things that come up, because if they come up, that means that they're in you and want some air, right? Maybe they want some closure, maybe they want to be let go of. So it's a good place to start. It's a good place to start. I saw this beautiful, this is also from this is from the spring collage kit. And I'm really excited about this collage kit. I hadn't done it because it's a lot of work. And I also, to be completely honest, I had to arrive at a place where I felt comfortable giving so much of myself, because a lot of these images are mine. Because I don't feel comfortable stealing images from anybody else, right? So I'm just gonna use my stuff so I don't get sued, and I give you something that's authentic. So a lot of the images that, like this is from a book that I found in Palm Springs, a magic book that I found, and I'm giving this to you, or I'm selling it to you, but I'm giving it to you, and a lot more things like from art, or I think this new kit is gonna have images, lotuses from my trip to Thailand. We went to Thailand once as a surprise for my birthday, and we stayed in this beautiful house, and my friend who lives in Thailand stayed over, and she made these beautiful arrangements with lotuses that were then floating in the pool. It was beautiful. So that's in there. Hello. When he sees this, he's gonna have a fun time. Oh, look at this. Okay, So this is kind of fun. This is absolutely nothing to do with love, but I do love how there's something so dramatic, and because I put the sun there, it almost looks like they're responding to this, right? So a lot of times when I get these cards, when I get like card readings, which isn't very often, I often get the Tower card. And if you know a little bit about tarot, you know that the Tower card is the scariest card. It's a scary-ish card because it means absolute destruction, right? It's literally a tower being hit by lightning. And I always wonder, why the heck am I always getting this? What a horrible thing to get, right? But then I realize, and again, invitation to look inwardly and make sense of the imagery. Things are often falling apart around me, right? And now, a lot more people can relate to this. So when I was growing up, I was raised in LA, and it kind of, for me, it almost kind of started with an earthquake. I was 8 years old, and I was super excited because I had just gotten suspenders, you guys. My grandmother must have bought me some suspenders, and I was so ready to, show them off at school. Granted, I was the kid that always got bullied, so I thought, I don't care, I'm gonna be fabulous and wear my suspenders. And I was getting ready. My aunt who worked at my school, we were about to leave, and everything started to shake. And we lived in these apartment buildings that I guess was made out of wood, and the cranking of just wood contracting was the most mortifying thing I'd ever heard. This was in LA. So that alone traumatized the heck out of me, so much to the point where I was like, I'm leaving LA as soon as I can. So that was that. Got over it. And I was like, okay, I can keep it together until I'm 19 and jet, right? And then after that, the Rodney King riots happened. And that was really, really creepy. Because everything was on fire around us, everything, like, and just it made no sense, right? The injustice, it was just crazy. So to process that as a kid was also like, oh my God, what kind of world do I live in? On top of that, I have crazy, family members. So then when 19 happened, I ran, I kid you not, I ran to New York. I had already been here once. And then 9/11 happened a year after I got here, and I was like, ah! And when 9/11 happened, I must say, it took me about 10 years to get over that. I just didn't feel safe. I didn't feel like there was a point to anything. And I don't know. And I just needed to be safe. Luckily, I met Elvis a week after September 11. And yeah, we've been together that long, thank goodness. And and it was just so helpful, so beautiful to meet someone who was completely different from me, right? Wasn't too traumatized already. So look what I'm doing here. I'm kind of creating these layers. I don't know if I like these torn layers unless I do more of them. So let me play. Because then it kind of starts making sense, right? So, we don't think about it sometimes, or I'm not saying you should think about it so much, but when you realize that there's a reason why we are where we are, and sometimes it's a good reason, sometimes it's not a good reason, but you didn't just land here and look like this. No, we look like this for a reason. We style our hair like this for a reason. Our experiences have made it so, right? So part of me says, okay, well then, there's no reason to feel bad about anything because there's a reason. But it also gives you the agency to then say, okay, so this happened. Let me move away from this experience now that I understand it. Now that I understand the gravity of it, right? And sometimes it's more personal, right? Sometimes it might be, oh, I had an abusive relationship, and then you're afraid to have another relationship, And a good thing for that is Look at the archetypes of what a good relationship might be. Sometimes we don't even know what that means. What is a good relationship, right? Because someone might look at all this and like, well, those are two guys. That's not a good relationship. What do they know? They don't. So it all depends on you, right? So you deserve the Lover's card too. So this is I pull that for all of the collective. So I'm happy for us all. Okay, so I'm telling you, I don't know how I'm gonna represent the Lover's card. Oh wow, what if they're like, these people are like, nah, I'm afraid of love. Okay. Something's happening here. So I'm gonna do something silly. Silly. Remember this? What if I can create something that represents Elvis and I? Oof, and this sounds like I'm putting myself out there. Okay, so sometimes you have to create what you want in the world. It doesn't exist, my friends. So I'm just gonna look at this little male character, since we are both guys, and maybe draw it. So a good place to start, if you don't draw, it's really fun to draw and then collage your drawing. So really quick note, anything that you want to draw is basically composed of geometric shapes. Everything is a triangle or a circle or a square or a line, right? Can you see that? You probably can't see that, but this is a square, this is a triangle, this is a circle. It's all composed of that. So with this little guy over here, he's just a circle, a square, and perhaps a triangle, and perhaps a rectangle, right? And you play with their postures. More rectangles, maybe a circle for the elbow. And what if they're holding hands, right? Yeah, okay. So now, so you can see a little bit better perhaps. Oh look, I have, maybe you can see it through this, let me know. Not that I can hear you, but let me know. Okay, so I'm going to just do the silhouette, right? And it doesn't matter that it's not necessarily our physique, because, come on. Okay, so this is, so you see how this is coming together, and it's all just from that rough sketch, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect, nothing has to be perfect. We're just playing here, and everything will be all right. Yes, okay, I'm kind of happy with this. Okay, maybe the foot's a little out. Doesn't matter. Nice little elbow. I like the hand, very graceful, right? I don't want to necessarily give them fingers. I like the idea of perhaps we're holding hands. Okay, love it. Oh, top of our head. Good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold it in half the best I can. And just from the drawing, I'm gonna cut it out. This might be a good job for scissors, but I'm gonna do my best to just cut this out. And this is really beautiful, like thick butcher paper that's actually from a book. So this might be really nice, or this might come out really bad. Who cares? It's part of the process, right? This is why I'm so excited about the summer prompts, my friends. And you know, just like the tarot deck, just like the Bible, making art is another tool to center yourself, right? It aligns yourself with your thoughts. So join in and let's make this happen. And I'm all about creativity. And while we can't really teach creativity, I can encourage your curiosity. And your creativity is a product of your curiosity. So take that to the bank. Okay, I just gave us a weird leg. It's okay. And like I said, I'm also a Gemini, so I really love this kind of reflective element in this. Okay. I got rid of our thumbs. That's all right. You only need it if you need to work. I'm just kidding. Okay. I also want to say hi to some people. Hey everyone, Matt and Matt. Sue, Rashida, and Rich. What's up, you guys? I know you guys are watching. I just want to say thank you. This makes... it fills me full of purpose to know that you're there and to know that you're real people, not just numbers. And everybody else out there, thank you. All right, here we go. Okay, I'll give some thumbs to the little figures, to little gingerbread men. Oh wait, we're mer people. I have to take this out here. All right, let's see if this works. Oh, I love that. Look at that. There was some text on the other side. Oh my God, I love it. So you see, I couldn't find brown men, so I had to create my own brown men. There we go. Oh, my friends, I love this. I am in love with this. Okay, the only thing I'm not in love with, there's not enough contrast, right? There's not enough contrast. I need more light. How can I do that? Any which ways, right? There's tons of paper here. This is also too dark. I need something that can set it off, right? All right, let me put this back here. So, when you can't identify with anything in your environment, just create it from scratch. It doesn't have to, you know, be so on the nose, because this is obviously very literal, but it might work. It might. So I don't know if this is gonna work, because this is also, yeah. Okay. Always look what's behind your, okay, that's not too bad. I have an idea. Okay. So I like this, like that. And then, check this out. I mean, how can you go wrong with this? So of course, always have, hey, look at the reflection, how weird. Look at this, always have a tool, a CD, to play with, right? Okay. Is this gonna be a really long video? All right. I hope that as I'm editing this, there's new music. I need to sit down and go download new music, because I've been using the same copyright music forever, and it's really annoying me. Okay, oh look, they're hugging, you guys. Okay. This is fun. Yeah, that's kind of cool, but let me see if I can do it here. Another thing I can do is use this green here and create an environment, right? Stage right, stage left. All right, I'm almost done here. I can feel it. I'm not breaking a sweat because the air conditioning is on, but I can feel it. Voila. Tube, 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 tube. That helps a little. It's just too noisy, isn't it? You know what? Well, maybe I need to subtract. And I always say, don't be precious about it, because it's just paper. And maybe, you know, like I said, I come from so much drama that without even thinking about it, look, I have created drama in my lover's card. Get rid of that stuff. I was about to curse. But see, this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, we forget, and sometimes we just go on autopilot, and our autopilot isn't necessarily always neutral. Sometimes our autopilot can be toxic. So, thank you for letting me catch myself there. So initially I thought this would be cool, and it is. Oh man. This makes me happy. Dun, 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 dun. You know, and I had this, right? This is kind of fun too. Okay. And there's these dots here that I'm gonna have to address at some point. So I like this, I like this. And if you stayed inspired, right? So I don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? I can just go back into my bag. Can you hear it? I can go back into my bag. And look, always circles. Ooh, what else? Ooh. Look at that. That almost says love. So much goodies. So I hope you have a few bags, and I hope they're not just collecting cat hair. Create something with it. Okay, so I'm gonna put this. Okay. See how excited I got? This is genuine excitement when I'm like, oh, this is something. Okay, I like that circle there. Okay, let's do this, you guys. I know I have tons of work to do, but I can't help it. I love this. Okay, so I love this flower here. I love the layer of circles there. And, you know, I do believe in fate. I do believe that certain things are meant to be, but I also believe in our huge responsibility to make those things happen. We have to meet the universe halfway, or else it's not gonna happen. You know, it'd be really cool if I kind of nestled the circle as if it was rising or setting. Oh, that's nice. Okay. And normally I don't do these type of cuttings. I can draw, but I don't know, for some reason I don't like to mix those two worlds together because they feel a little animated. But because of the text, I'm really comfortable with this. And also the meaning. Oh, they're holding hands. I'm thinking, okay, this is something. I don't like that. I do like this. Oh. I do like this. Something's happening. I also have a wall, right? Trying to see. Make art with everything around you. So, you know, I have a wall. If you've ever seen the happy hour, I have a wall of things that move me on my wall. Actually, everywhere. And it's fun to do that because then you can just go to the wall and pull something from it and put it in your collage if you need something. So, but I think we're good. I think we did it. Oh, and you know what I just saw in the corner of my eye? Stickers. Look what I'm gonna do. Ta-da! Stickers. Stickers, stickers, stickers. And there's nothing like a collection of dots because they remind us of our chakras, they remind us of the order of things, right? Love that. I love that. It's almost like an eclipse, or like maybe it's my darkness again, right? I'm okay with my darkness. That whole drama thing I was talking about, I know I have to acknowledge it, and I know I make space for it because you know who you are, no one can mess with you, right? Okay, I think I'm just about done. And so this works really well because, like I was saying, my partner is completely different from me, right? I'm the drama queen. He's not. Okay, so again, not everything we make is made for public consumption, but maybe this is just a collage for me and you that I can put on my wall and remember that I am ordained, that I have the power, I have the right to love and be loved, right? So why does it work? Well, because I made it work. I couldn't find images that reflect me. Even though those are piles of all the things that I've collected, it's still virtually impossible to find something that's always going to reflect us. Especially if you're an older person, if you're a person of color, if you're queer, if you have, you know, handicaps. So you have to create it. You have to create it, and don't feel bad about that. That's perfect. Who cares? You can make it to your specific needs. So I created these two little brown men in response to my lover's card. That was a journey. All right, so I hope you were not freaked out by the tarot. Don't be scared of anything that reflects you. The only thing you should be afraid of are the things that create separation between you and us. So this is Luis Martin, the art engineer. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you this summer for summer prompts and everywhere else. All right, ciao.
Sometimes you need that spark to ignite your creativity. This summer, we're exploring the essence of the season through collage by way of 8 art prompts. To me, collage is the most democratic art form. You don't need an art degree or even talent, just curiosity. Spark your curiosity and join me, Luis Martin, the art engineer, and the art fam, as we take this collage dream adventure in real time. Come make more than a pretty picture with #SummerPrompts.